All right, I want to move forward. I'm going to talk about a little bit of this whole Daniel Radcliffe brouhaha. Not well, it's not a really brouhaha, but it's all this flaunting going on, and I want to give my 2 cents on this particular, uh, thing. The Daniel Radcliffe playing a gay role story. And what's going on is that, well, who's Daniel Radcliffe, you might want to know. Daniel Radcliffe is the famous boy who played Harry Potter in all those movies. Oh, yeah, that rings a bell. And Daniel Radcliffe recently landed a role in another movie. Now he's, an adult, I suppose, right? A young adult, but he's not a boy anymore. He's probably, in his early 20s, late teens? I don't know. And he has been tapped to play the role of a famous poet, Allen Ginsberg. So for the last, I don't know, 6, 9 months, since the production of this film, and the name of the film is, what is it, by the way? I had it, Kill Your Darlings. And in the movie, Daniel Radcliffe playing Allen Ginsberg gets to have gay sex. Turns out that supposedly Allen Ginsberg is gay. And that's well known in the history books and records and all that. And Allen Ginsberg, he was an openly gay man. That's what he said. And so Daniel Radcliffe is having butt sex on the screen, and a lot of people have been talking about this, like, ooh, look at Daniel Radcliffe, he's having butt sex. And supposedly, isn't he straight, right? He's straight, Daniel Radcliffe. Correct me if I'm wrong. He is straight, right? Or is he, or I don't know. So, because of this adventure, this accomplishment of being filmed having simulated sex acts with another actor on this probably horrible film, most likely because I read the story and it's not going to be that easy to swallow, no pun intended. But it appears that this is becoming now like a story, a big thing. Oh, Daniel Radcliffe, he's having butt sex. Oh, now it's a gay thing now. Now the gay media, well, not all of it, but some of the gay media is now getting involved in this. Now they're making this a media story. Daniel Radcliffe, he's having butt sex. And of course, Daniel Radcliffe is like, well, so what, blah, blah, blah. But he's now owning this, like, oh yeah, I had butt sex and I'm pro-gay and all this shit. And pro-gay rights. And that has nothing to do with Mr. Allen Ginsberg. And he talks about his role, what he did. And so he landed as on a spread on the now defunct, I should say that, Out magazine, the most famous gay magazine that fired all of its editors and workers, and they all ended up in the unemployment line. No, we're not shutting down. We're just firing everybody. Okay, we're hiring people as as we need. Oh yeah, very Republican right there, isn't it? Huh? Very free market. So, Out magazine interviewed Daniel Radcliffe. He's on the cover, and they're making this like, oh, Daniel Radcliffe. Oh, he's our savior. Oh, he's this god. He is this magnificence, playing a gay role. Oh my God, he's having butt sex. And since he's straight, I think that's the story. I don't know about that, but since he's straight, uh, isn't it kind of weird? Not weird. I shouldn't say that word. I should say, isn't it kind of Okay, fine. I'll just say strange that we're now glorifying this person who is supposedly straight, I think, and playing a gay role, and he has butt sex, and now he's able to probably one day land a role in Hollywood as the lead man. But yet, openly gay man can not be lead man. That happened to many other openly gay actors. I mean, Sir Ian McKellen, who's very honest, who was in the Harry Potter movie, I think he was. I'm not into those kinds of movies. Sir Ian McKellen, he came out. He's a gay actor from the UK, and he said, "Hey, this is how Hollywood is. You cannot come out still." And Hollywood's so progressive. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay. But that's still kind of an issue, isn't it? I mean, some gay activists are saying, hey, that's not right. But, Hollywood doesn't care. Hollywood has to sell tickets. They're more interested in gay people as being these, these passive observers like everybody else. And the reason why they're pro-gay politically is because they want you to see their movies. They want you to see the next flick that they're getting involved in. So it's a good PR mechanism. And I'm not saying that some of these movie stars are not genuine. I believe that some of them are. Okay? But as far as Daniel Radcliffe, I don't know that guy personally, so I cannot say if he's genuine or not. I don't really care. But here's my beef, and you might be asking yourself by now, like, what's Jose's beef? Is there a beef? I think there is. For me, there is beef. And there's a problem with this. In fact, when I first heard about the movie and how Mr. Radcliffe was making a big deal about, I'm playing Allen Ginsberg. Yeah, it's so great. I'm now part of the gay community. Something like that. I mean, that's what he said. And you might say, Jose, what's the problem? Well, the problem is the role that he's playing. He's playing Allen Ginsberg. And he's saying that now he's playing a gay role. He's part of the gay community. But here's the problem, though. Some of us don't know the activities of this famous beat poet, Allen Ginsberg. We don't know exactly. Well, some of us are not aware of his, shall we say, associations with certain shady, belligerent, evil organizations. Let me just say that. How about this? Did you know that Allen Ginsberg was a huge supporter and member of NAMBLA? What? North American Mambo Love Association. He was a huge supporter of NAMBLA. Okay, you might not believe me. Go to nambla.org/Ginsberg.html. Go there right now. Go there as I'm speaking. And you'll see a nice little picture of Mr. Ginsberg. And his involvement with NAMBLA. And this is what he says about NAMBLA. Attacks on NAMBLA. What's NAMBLA, by the way? I mean, I already told you what it is. They're basically a pedophile group that try to hijack the gay rights movement, started by these crazy priests. There you go. That wanted to sort of come out of the closet and say, well, we're pedophiles, we're boy... Well, what do they say? They're boy lovers. Look, sometimes you might have a guy, or like a 20-year-old guy dating a 17-year-old guy. It happens with straight people. Okay, yes. But these people were not about that. They were saying, when you're 8, it's already too late. I mean, they were talking about 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds. They were talking about prepubescent children, boys. That's what they were looking for. That's what, they were praying, these boys. And that's what he says about these warriors, these activists, but they were pedophiles. Attacks on NAMBLA stink of politics, witch hunting for profit, humorlessness, vanity, anger, and ignorance. I am a member of NAMBLA because I love boys too. Everybody does. Who has a little humanity? Now, imagine if the right wing, let's say somebody like Buster Wilson, Brian Fisher, Tony Perkins, Porno Pete LaBarbera, if these people get their little grubby hands on this, which I think they already had, and this movie going out, they're promoting Allen Ginsberg. Oh, this great genius. Oh, Daniel Radcliffe on Out Magazine. Why? Because he's playing a supposedly gay man who's really a pedophile and mixing homosexuality with pedophilia. Inadvertently, of course. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about what I think really is going on behind the scenes. But I'm just saying this is that this is all just... You're walking on eggshells here. And look at the Boy Scout debate. I mean, all these right-wingers coming out from the woodwork saying, ooh, you gay people are going to molest kids. And now we have a movie star who thinks he's a big shot, being so pro-gay because he's playing a pedophile. Well, there you go. I'm trying to warn you people. I'm trying to warn you that, I'm being realistic here. You cannot be doing this. And that's why I'm a little bit disgusted with Daniel Radcliffe in a way. Right now, I just feel like I want to puke that we venerate a pedophile like this. And he plays a pedophile. That's what nobody's really nobody wants to talk about that. And Out Magazine, they don't touch on this. He's a member of NAMBLA. Anyway. Oh, yeah, he loves boys. In fact, he went to... This is part of a documentary. And you can find this documentary, and he's in it. About the NAMBLA organization, about these pedophiles, child abusers, men who love boys. That's the name of the documentary. Chickenhawk, Men Who Love Boys. It's on YouTube. You can find it right there. In fact, let me play you a part of that clip, a part of that documentary. This is Mr. Allen Ginsberg, the famous gay poet who's a pedophile, who we are venerating, right? And worshiping Daniel Radcliffe like this because he plays this guy. Here we go. Let me play you a clip. This is where Allen Ginsberg is at a NAMBLA meeting and he's reading a nice little poem about a 9-10-year-old boy. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
This is the poet Allen Ginsberg.
Sweet boy, give me your ass. Let me kiss your face, lick your neck, touch your lips, tongue, tickle tongue in, nose to nose, black, left cheek. Ever slept with a man before?
There you go. Ever slept with a man before? And well, I'm not trying to make this into a big deal, but I'm just trying to be the condom of the gay community, and that's what I feel that I am. I'm not trying to, ruffle the feathers here. I'm not trying to make any scene, but I'm very disturbed. I mean, you should be too, in a way, because if the right wing gets a hold of this and really just pushes it, they push it out, and they say, "Oh, look how they're gloating about this guy," we're gonna have problems. Since the beginning, actually on my blog, I've already posted about this, didn't I? I said this is gonna be a problem, but people kept ignoring me, and that's fine. I'm not. I just want to lay it out there, and it's a good thing I'm not, known nationally. Because if I was talking about this and a lot of right wingers listening to the show, which I don't think they do, but I have a few that do, they're gonna really get this, make this an issue. I'm not the one. I'm the one who's trying to save the gay community from itself and not get anywhere near this. We should denounce NAMBLA, just like what we did in 1994, I think it was. We had to do it again and again and again because NAMBLA was just that piece of gum that was stuck to your shoe that just wouldn't let go. They tried to get involved with the UN, and they tried to get involved with all these other gay causes because being gay means that you have sex with boys. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was COINTELPRO. I wouldn't be surprised if some Reggae Night reactionary, because this happened mostly during the 80s, hijacked NAMBLA as well and try to push it towards the gay community so that way people can say, oh, see, NAMBLA is recruiting gay people because since they're dying of AIDS, they need to molest to recruit new homosexuals. That's what some of these guys are saying. I think there's a clip of these reactionary right-wingers talking about that on this. Here it is. Let me play that for you. Hold on just a second. Here we go.
Business comes first. Yeah. They think there's a buck out there. They don't seem to understand that there's more bucks with straight people, more bucks in the straight person's pocket than there are gays, but just by the numbers. Okay.
Right now, I think we're at the very turning point. The homosexual revolution has gone to its peak, and now it's starting to take the curve down. They realize the importance of NAMBLA to their cause because they're all dying of AIDS. They don't reproduce children, so they are forced to recruit children. And the best way of recruiting children is to have them broken in, as it were, by child molesters. I don't know that.
All right, well, there you go. That's what some of these people believe, and they're wrong, obviously. In fact, the one dude that said, well, now, this is just the peak. Now the homosexual movement's going down. Yeah, right. We just got 9 states now to legalize gay marriage. Yeah, well, and there are a lot of gay people also who don't like gay marriage. But I'm going to talk about that in a second. But I just want to get this out of my chest because it's really bothering me. All right. And I worked very hard within the gay community to start up many of these gay orgs and gay groups and to some community service, to donate my time and money to the cause. And I don't want little assholes. I mean, sorry, I have to say that. These pompous little egomaniacs like Daniel Radcliffe to come in and throw a monkey wrench into the gay community and all that. Okay, I mean, I don't think this is an appropriate time. If I was Out Magazine, I would say, you know what, just leave this alone. Daniel Radcliffe, he plays this guy, this gay guy supposedly, big poet, Allen Ginsberg, and he turns out to be a member of NAMBLA. And we're touting this as a victory somehow, I think. Touting this as, this is part of gay culture, this is part of the gay community. No, it's not. We should reject it because Allen Ginsberg is a pedophile. He was probably confused. He was probably he was probably just a pedophile, and since the law says that you can't have sex with kids, all he could do is have sex with men, and they're close to boys in a way. They have penises, and that's, some of these guys just date 18-year-olds, to be at that, at least they're legal, but they're young, but I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did molest a couple of boys. And, but I'll talk about this documentary later on. It's pretty interesting about how they try to hijack the gay rights movement and all that. I'll show you some bits later. But yeah, I'm just here to warn you. I'm the condom of the gay community. I'm here to protect you, the gay community. People say, Jose, why do you have to talk about this? Why do you have to? Because, okay, who do you prefer? Me talking about this, or you prefer Tony Perkins? Or do you prefer Brian Fisher? Or do you prefer Maggie Gallagher, Brian Brown, or all these other people? Or Buster Wilson? These fuckwats that just, all they do is try to put gay people in this bad spotlight and say, oh, gay people are pedophiles. And now that we have, this little prick, this fucknut, Daniel Radcliffe, oh, I'm playing a gay role, oh, I'm having butt sex, ooh, all this shit. Fuck that. We don't need this. And I'm just warning you. And if you are a blogger, if you are, get the word out there. Say, hey, this is a line that we draw. We're not going to get anywhere near this. Not even with a 40-mile pole am I going to touch this crap. I don't care if it's Daniel Radcliffe. I don't care if it's Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't care who it is. Jose, but he's just playing a role. He's not, Daniel Radcliffe is not actually molesting kids. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he's venerating Allen Ginsberg. He loves this role. But he's a, And the fact is that the gay thing is in there. It's plugged in, and the pedophilia thing is in the background. It's just that 800-pound gorilla in the room that nobody wants to talk about. And then you have the Boy Scout thing that we are debating still in America. That I think, I don't know. It's just going to be a big old disaster if things collide. And I'm just saying that. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I prefer to be paranoid and be sorry later on. I mean, that's what I want to say.